Thank you for the compliments. Okay, so you want to tell everyone, or should I tell everyone what we're reacting to? Yes, that is correct. We're reacting to the Slenderman animated scary stories. Are you ready, Alicia? Perfect. Let's begin.
As I opened the door to the coffee house, I was enveloped by the scent of fresh brewed coffee, pastries baking in the oven, and the sound of joyous laughter and conversation. Then I heard a familiar voice call out, "Sarah, over here!" I whipped my head around to see my oldest and best friend Kate, sitting on the edge of her seat waving at me. Kate and I went back as far as I could remember, but we haven't seen each other
Aww.
since we left for separate colleges.
Oh.
However, with summer break's blessing, we are finally meeting again. Kate, my goodness, look at you. You look amazing. How have you been? I exclaimed while quickly making my way over to her and throwing my arms around her. So great, Sarah. I missed you big time. It's so good to see you again, she said, pulling slightly out of our embrace with a smile from ear to ear. We
Oh
talked
God.
and sipped our
That
coffee for a
was
while,
terrifying.
talking about classes, people we met, and dishing out the gossip about our love lives. After what felt like hours of laughter, there was a slight pause in conversation, and I noticed that Kate had a sullen look on her face. "You okay?" I asked, with a fringe of concern. "Yeah. Hey, do you remember at all?" she asked, after a moment of hesitation. I saw her lips move, but didn't hear any sound come out.
Uh-oh.
"Sorry, it's a little loud in here. Can you repeat that? Do you remember who used to live a few houses down from us?" This time there was no mistaking it. She was trying to say a name, but there was only silence. I leaned back, and then a flash of a memory came to me of Kate and I, but also another girl whose name, face, and voice were just static. Other memories came back slowly, and in them, there was a third girl, wherever Kate and I were, but when I tried to focus on her, it's like she'd been cut out of a photograph. "Sarah, something weird happened to me before I left. I was at my apartment, just playing around on my computer, and I felt this overwhelming urge to look outside. I saw a man wearing a suit round a corner of the building across the street.
Oh my
He was
God.
really tall,
Already?
like well over 7 feet. I don't know why, but seeing him really freaked me out. All that night, all I could think about was you and me, and that third girl who we used to play with. But I can't remember what she looked like, and it's like my mouth knows her name, but I can't speak it or even think about it. It's been creeping me out since, and I was really hoping you'd know what I was talking about. Since we're confessing about creepy things, I guess I'll share something that happened to me too.
Oh my
When I
God.
got to my parents' house last night, my dad told me they had received a letter for me that morning, which is strange because only you and they knew I'd be coming back for the summer. It was just a piece of lined paper that said, "Welcome home," in
It's
scratchy
Slenderman.
black letters, and below it was a circle with an X going through it. I thought it
Oh,
was
the
some
proxy
weird prank,
symbol.
but I stopped dead in my tracks as something suddenly popped into my head.
Are you
"Kate,
trying to
do
look
you
out the
remember
window?
that scary monster character we made up? The Slender Man?" No sooner had the words left my mouth, I saw all the color leave Kate's face, and her expression turned from vague anxiety to complete dread. Her eyes shot up, and she erupted out of her seat, incoherently muttering as she pointed behind me. I whipped my head around and immediately saw what frightened her. I saw a man peering at us from outside the window across the darkened street. His limbs were grotesquely long and exaggerated. He wore a black
Oh
suit
my
with a
God.
black tie and a white-collared shirt. And most horrifying of all, his head was completely featureless, just smooth and pale white all over. There was no mistaking it. He was the Slender Man.
Slenderman?
I stood up quickly and looked around the coffee house for help. But as I surveyed the room, my blood ran cold. The building was completely empty. What had just been vibrant with laughter and chatter is now deadly silent,
Oh
save
God.
for the panicked breathing of Kate and me. I
Oh
mustered a
no.
whimper. Kate, we have to get out of here right now. I grabbed her hand, and we made our way to the back of the building. She was completely silent and clearly in shock. Fortunately, the rear exit was unlocked, so we made a mad dash away from the coffee house towards the wooded park area behind it.
Why would you
As
go to
we
the woods?
ran, I turned my
Why would
head
you go to
back to
the
see
woods?
what was behind us, and through the quickly fading light of the doorway, I saw his long fingered hand wrap around the frame as his featureless head peered out towards us. We can't outrun him. We
Ooh,
have to
the
hide.
cracking
I
bones.
whispered through hurried breaths as we sprinted into the darkness of the woods. The park was not exceptionally large, but big enough for us to escape. Or so I hoped. My legs were hurting so bad, and finally, I couldn't keep up with Kate any longer. Sarah! I heard Kate exclaim as my legs gave out and I collapsed to the ground, exhausted. Sarah, give me your hand. We have to hide right away. She pulled me off to a small nook under an uprooted tree, and we held each other as long as possible to
They're gonna
fit
get
where we
found.
wouldn't be visible.
They're gonna get found.
Several excruciating minutes passed without the Slender Man appearing, and then Kate broke the silence. Sarah, I remember everything now. The girl we knew. What happened to her? Everything, she said in a hushed but calm voice. He's going to find us if we don't be quiet. We need to focus on getting out here, right now. No, Sarah, you need to remember too. Kate murmured, emotionlessly. We'll talk about that all later, I hissed through clenched teeth. Her name was Eliza. We didn't make up the Slender Man. He's real, and he stalked us as kids. We ran and hid until he eventually caught us. He said one of us would be taken. One would escape and forget everything, and the other would become his agent. I looked at her
Oh
in
my God! Wait,
complete
is this Kate the
horror as she
Chaser?
slowly turned her face back towards me, and I saw on her forehead that she had a circle with an X through it. I tried to get away, but she held fast and tight. Let go of me. I cried out with tears racing down my face as I
Oh my
struggled.
God! It's Kate the
You know
Chaser.
that I can't, she said in a solemn whisper as inky black tendrils slowly crept out from behind her. With a final shove
Oh
of
my God! I didn't
desperation,
even
I
know.
burst from her grip,
I
and with
knew
the
the name
last
was
of my strength,
familiar.
I darted away back towards the coffee house, hoping that I could slip past and find help. I looked back towards the tree and saw Kate slowly emerge with her tendrils dragging against the ground. With my head turned away, I couldn't see as I ran headlong onto something solid, tall, and thin. I lost my balance and collided with the ground. I looked up and saw the pale, featureless face of Slenderman obscuring the moonlight through the trees. I tried to scream, but as my mouth opened, I felt a cold, smooth
Oh.
tendril cover my mouth. My eyes
Ooh.
darted around until I saw Kate standing over me too. Then I was blinded by another of Slenderman's tendrils. The last thing I heard before everything went black was Kate, as she whispered just loud enough to be heard. The runaway has been brought home.
Oh my God! So you're telling me that that was Kate the Chaser's story? Oh my God! I didn't even. Oh my God! I'm trying to like process everything. I knew the name was like familiar, but I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, um, what if it's not that? Oh my God! I didn't even know. Oh my God! Uh, I'm like still really freaked out. Those like imagine like a tendril like just wrapping around your mouth like oh disgusting. Alicia agrees. Well, this has been all. Correct. This has been all. Well, I hope you guys will check out my channel because this will be going on Alicia's channel. So she will link my channel down in the description. Correct. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Ah, we love to tease each other. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Mhm. Alicia and I will most likely post some other stuff some other days. Yeah. Well, this has been us. We're still figuring out that name because we've got nothing. But yeah, I hope you guys will check out my channel and check out some of Alicia's other videos. And yeah, bye.
Made with ClipChamp.